Welcome to the third episode of Let's Get Future Fit. This is a program designed to, to put it like this, it's designed to help us not just to cope with what we're going through, because we all know that these times we're going through are quite difficult for most of us. But it's a program designed to help us to thrive through. Okay, so we don't just want to get through, we want to thrive through. But also, we want to prepare ourselves for our new future, whatever that might look like when we go back to some sort of normality. So we want to prepare ourselves for our new future. That's what Let's Get Future Fit is all about. And today, I'm really excited about today's show, actually, because we have a really, really, really special guest joining us today. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about him in a second. Now, before I do bring on our guest for today, I as usual, I want to share some thoughts with you that I'm hoping will really help you. So I've been thinking of what to call it, just so it sticks in our minds more, because I know that when you give something a title or a name, it just helps it stick better. So I've decided to call it my FFFTs. FFFTs. My future fit, no, my five future fit thoughts. Okay, so there will always be five future fit thoughts. So my FFFTs for today is all about uncertainty. So we all know that this season is very uncertain for most people, you know, well, for all of us. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So there's a bit of uncertainty in all of our lives right now. Some people might be more certain about certain things than others, but for every one of us, there is that uncertainty, and it's on a global scale. You know, globally, there is just this uncertainty about what's going to happen in the future, what's going to happen about my job, what's going to happen about my kids, you know, what's going to happen. It's very, very uncertain at the moment. And uncertainty can cause stress and anxiety because you don't know what's coming. When we know, then we can prepare for it, we can plan for it, we can deal with it, we can think about how to deal with it. But when we don't know, that of itself is stressful. But I want to share with you 5 thoughts today that I hope will help you deal with uncertainty, because there's one thing that is certain: uncertainty is real. So we can't change that. That uncertainty is there. It's going to be there for a while, even when, you know, they say, okay, we found a vaccine, or, you know, the rate of transmission is dropped, we can now go back to work or whatever. There will still be that uncertainty. So there's not much we can do about that. That is going to be there. But how we deal with it, it's what's going to determine what happens to us. And that's what I'm always interested in. If you know anything about me, I'm a firm believer in taking my destiny in my hands. I do know that there are things that happen that we don't have any control over. And this current situation is a typical example. We don't have any control over it. But like I said, I'm a firm believer that we can take our destinies into our hands. So how it affects me is, it's not being selfish. It's just, you know, how it affects me is what I want to deal with. How it affects you is what you want to deal with. So I'm hoping to share with you 5 thoughts today that I hope will help you. So the first thing I want to say about uncertainty takes us out of our comfort zone. Okay, that's what uncertainty does. It takes us out of our comfort zone. It takes us away from complacency. Yes, it takes us away from complacency, because you see, we are creatures of habit. It's very easy for us as human beings to get into habit. You know, the things we do day to day, week to week. It's very easy for us to just keep doing these things on autopilot. And one thing that uncertainty does is it takes us out of autopilot. It takes us out of our comfort zone. And what you need to ask yourself is that really a bad thing? Is that really, really a bad thing? Because I'm sure you've heard it time and time again. Life begins out of your comfort zone. Nothing good comes out of our comfort zone. But we all love our comfort zones. We all love our comfort zones. And one thing that uncertainty does is it takes us out of our comfort zone, because suddenly we don't know anymore. Those things we were so sure of, those things we were so, you know, so pre-programmed on, they're no longer there. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it causes us to be more intentional in how we live our lives. It causes us to actually engage our minds. Let me put it like this. So have you ever been in a situation where you're driving somewhere, right? You're driving, it's somewhere you know how to get to. You don't even need a sat nav to get there. And then for some reason, maybe you were not paying attention, you got distracted or whatever, you miss your turning or you get lost. What happens? All of a sudden, all your senses come alive. You're very much aware of where you are. You're very much aware of the signs. You become very much aware of the road signs. You become very much aware of what you're doing. Am I taking a left here? Am I doing a right here? You engage your mind in every decision, in every thought, in every action. And that's one thing uncertainty does. And it's a good thing. So right now, when we're in this state of uncertainty, a lot of us are having to think. We're having to engage our minds. We've come out of autopilot, we've come out of complacency, and we're having to engage our minds. So when you think about it like that, you realize that uncertainty is not actually a bad thing. So number one, uncertainty takes us out of our comfort zone. It causes us to engage our minds, and that is a good thing. It takes us out of autopilot. That's a good thing. The other thought I want to leave with you is that uncertainty provides opportunity for breakthrough. I'm going to read this quote. This from Napoleon Hill. He says, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Now you might look at that statement and think, wow, that is, hey Jenny, hi, how are you? I'm still getting used to navigating this Facebook and Zoom. So sometimes the comments are there, but I don't see you. But great to have you join us today. So the second thought I was saying, I'm going to leave with you, is that uncertainty helps us to identify the opportunities in the obstacles. So this is a quote by Napoleon Hill. It says, where is it? It says, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Just think about that, an equal or greater benefit. The problem is when we are in the midst of uncertainty, when we are right bang in the middle of it, it's very difficult to believe that. It's very difficult to see that in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all this crisis, in the midst of all this difficulty, in the midst of all this pain, there could be an opportunity. But he doesn't even say there could be an opportunity. He says it carries with it, listen, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So in every failure, there is an equal or even greater benefit. But this is the way I look at it. When you look at it like this, you will understand that that statement is actually not far-fetched. It's just based on the law of opposites, or the law of polarity, as some will call it. You see, if you have an up, it's because you have a down. If you have outside, it's because you have inside. If you have light or darkness, it's because you have light. The reason we know somewhere is dark is because there's no light. The reason we know we're outside is because we know there is an inside. The reason we know we're up is because we know there is a down. So when you think about it like that, you can begin to see the sense in that, the reality in that, that where there is a problem, there is a solution. Where there is a problem, there is a solution. And so if you don't find it, somebody else will. Every problem exists to be solved. Every problem exists to be solved. And every problem is an opportunity for promotion, because who solves the problem gets the promotion. It's as simple as that. Just think about maybe your work environment. Problems arise to be solved, and people that solve it are the ones who get put forward for leadership positions, who get put forward for promotion, and the rest of it. So uncertainty gives opportunity for promotion. It gives us opportunity for promotion, and that is a good thing. So I'm just giving you some thoughts here that will help you rethink uncertainty, so that instead of getting anxious in the midst of uncertainty, you can actually get excited in the midst of uncertainty. The third thought I want to leave with you is that uncertainty focuses our mind on today. You see, most of us, we make plans for tomorrow, and that's good. I'm a planner. We have to plan. So we have plans for the future, what I want to achieve tomorrow, what I want to achieve next week, what I want to achieve next month. But sometimes we're so forward looking and so planning ahead that we don't fully maximize today. And the reality is today is what we have. John Maxwell puts it like this. He says we over exaggerate yesterday. So we all say, oh, yesterday, the good old days were so fantastic. Oh, it was awesome. We remember, we have those memories of the holiday, the breakthroughs. But we tend to over exaggerate yesterday. We overestimate tomorrow, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. The reason you tend to stockpile work for tomorrow is because you're overestimating what you will do tomorrow or what you can do tomorrow. So I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. We overestimate tomorrow, but we underestimate today. And today is what we have. So uncertainty helps you to focus on today, because you can't really focus that much on tomorrow. You can't focus too far ahead. You can focus too much on next week or the months ahead. So you're forced to focus on today. What am I going to do today? You're forced to be present. Yes, let me put it like that. You're forced to be present, to be fully present in your life. And that is a powerful thing. That is a big thing. Because today is what we really, really have. When you learn to maximize today, then you will learn to make your life a true masterpiece, because every second is what makes minutes. Every minute is what makes hours. And so when you're thinking about my future, this big future you have in mind for yourself, what you really need to be taking care of are the seconds. If you manage to take care of the seconds, you will take care of the big days and the big weeks and the big years. So uncertainty causes us to focus on today. And again, that is a good thing. Number 4, the fourth thought I want to leave with you is uncertainty reveals our vulnerability. You see, because just think about it. In our world today, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't think I've seen so much collaboration and so much community spirit and just so much of that desire to want to support each other, to want to work with each other, because suddenly we wake up and we realize, you know what, we're not all that, by ourselves. We're not as secure as we thought we were. We don't have it all down packed as we thought we had. We're not in as much control as we thought we were. And we're suddenly looking outside of ourselves. Because when things are on autopilot, when you're just doing what you know to do, what you're used to doing, you can fall into that trap of thinking you're actually self-sufficient, when it's really not true. None of us are self-sufficient. So uncertainty causes us to collaborate more. It causes us to admit our vulnerability and admit that we're not self-reliant. And so it forces us to actually begin to fully utilize and maximize the connections that we have and the resources that are available to us that we may have been ignoring in the past, like we can all see. I mean, the community spirit so far has just been amazing. The collaborations has just been fantastic. How about if you continued in that spirit? Again, like John Maxwell says, 1 is too small a number to achieve anything of significance. So now we're all out of our debts. We're all feeling like, oh, don't know what's going on here. I need to reach out to people. I need to connect with people. That is a good thing. You see, a good coach knows how to plan ahead. I've watched matches where, at the start, you see the coach giving them directions, telling them what to do. So a good coach knows how to plan ahead, knows where to place his players on the pitch. But what makes a great coach are the adjustments that they make in halftime. When they see how the players have actually played, when they see how the game has actually gone, maybe not how they planned, but now they think, okay, so this is where we are, let's make the adjustments. That's what makes a great coach. So now we've all been thrown out of our plans, the plans we had in December 2019, we're now thrown out of that. This is our opportunity to make great coaches of ourselves, to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this is what I had planned. It's not gone that way. What can I now do? And that takes me to the fifth thought I wanted to leave with you. Uncertainty releases our creativity. It squeezes out our creativity. Again, just think about how creative we've all had to be to just survive. How creative we've had to be to keep doing our networking, if you're one of those who network. How creative we've had to be to work. I was speaking to a friend who is a manager in the care system, and she was saying, we're all working from home. Even those departments that the bosses always said, this department can never work from home, they are managing to work from home. So we've all had to get very creative in just how we live. So uncertainty releases our creativity, and that again is a good thing. It's a good thing. So 5 thoughts I've left with you. I'm just going to do a quick recap. Uncertainty takes us out of autopilot and out of our comfort zone. That's a good thing. Uncertainty provides opportunity for breakthrough, because in the midst of every adversity, there is a breakthrough. In the midst of every problem, there is a solution. So we just need to find that solution, and that is opportunity for our breakthrough. So look around you right now. Can you see problems? How about trying to look for the solution to problems? Do you know that new companies have sprung up since January 2020 in response to COVID-19? So look around you. If you can see a problem, that's good. Well, how about looking for the solution? Because we all see what we all see. Everybody sees what everybody can see. But those who are going to have the breakthrough are those who are going to look deeper and find what everybody does not see. And you find what you look for. You find what you look for. So I want to encourage you, look around you, look at the problems that everybody's complaining about, and find a solution. So uncertainty gives opportunity for breakthrough. Number 3, uncertainty focuses our mind on today, helps us to maximize today rather than just putting everything on hold for the future. Number 4, uncertainty reveals our vulnerability. It causes us to collaborate. We're stronger together, so that makes us stronger. And number 5, uncertainty releases our creativity. That is a powerful one. So those are my FFFTs for today, my future fit thoughts, my 5 future fit thoughts for today. And I hope you found them helpful.